So an IM 2213. Right, let's play Austrian attack. So f4. I'll leave this bishop at home on c1. For bishop e3. If knight g4, I think bishop g1. So I just want to play queen d2, castle's queenside. Probably the opponent knows all the theory. I do seem to be getting done over theoretically in a lot of games. Maybe actually b4 is strong here. E, f, bc, queen c3. I don't know if is knight e4 playable though. So provoking knight e4, then queen d3, d5, knight g3. Maybe I'll try knight e2. I'll let my opponent play that seemingly tempting knight e4. He didn't though. So now can I, because I've dislodged that knight again like the other game, I wonder if I can just play h4 here. Caveman attack part 2. Doesn't really matter about bishop g4 and bishop f3. I'll just open semi-open g file. I'm just going to castle queenside, but I'm not casting at the moment. So keeping the opponent guessing. Well, it's likely I'm going to castle queenside. It's not essential. I think just sack the exchange here. If the opponent's really going to play bishop h5, I'll play rook h5. I want to open up the H file again. Okay, so now f5, is f5 possible? The idea of just bishop h6 and queen g5. That would seem to be kind of a nice space game to play f5 here. Okay. Now knight f4 and knight takes h5 looks like a tasty idea, as well as e6 maybe. But in this particular position, maybe castling queenside just to get my king, my own king safety. Mind you, ed, I don't know, knight takes d4. Do I have enough for that pawn? But otherwise, I'm not really going to castle. On the other hand, I think it's important to take that pawn to be able to play knight f4 next. Knight d7, knight f4, and then queen b6, but then, I don't know, knight takes h5. But if I castle, I don't know what advantages that has. E takes, knight takes. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. If ed, queen g5, with the idea of queen takes h5 and knight g5. So maybe I'll castle. It gets the rook, maybe potentially on the h file. So I've got queen g5 takes h5 if e takes d4. That would be a bit materialistic for the opponent to take that d pawn. So I'm threatening sort of d takes e as well as, so that will be attacking the queen. So I think queen g5 here is dangerous. I'm hoping it's dangerous enough. So queen takes h5 now. But there is a resource queen f6 and bishop h6 available to the opponent. So maybe I'm going to have to play king b1 to avoid any check on h6. So if I get knight g3 and knight e4, that would be delicious, a delicious knight. So I'll play knight g3 anyway. Queen h6, queen g4, but then knight f6. So maybe I should seriously consider something else there. Also, this bishop can come to c4 now in some variations. Queen g4, knight f6 is embarrassing. So, so I don't know. Queen g4. There's nothing after knight. Queen g4, knight f6. There's nothing there, is there? So maybe. Okay, I need to speed up and play bishop c4. Just let my queen be taken, but I get a little bit of attacking initiative. Well, this bishop is useful. I can still use the h file, so I don't think. I think there's a bit of compensation still here for the exchange. And still, if I can get in knight g5 and knight takes knight e4, that would be a very nice knight on e4 still. So if knight f6, maybe I'd take and then knight e4. If e4, knight take, oh, I got knight takes g7, rook takes d4 maybe. So hoping that there's some positional compensation here. I think I'll go for this big knight on e4 pre-move, maybe g4 pre-move. Okay, now here maybe I need to harass these pawns or something. It's a nice if I can get my rook active on the queen side or something. Okay, so right, b3. Right, get my king a bit safer. Maybe that's not so hot. So here, rook, maybe rook g3. Oh, I could be in trouble. I have to play rook g1 to stop the pawn queening. If takes, I've got rook takes a3. Oh, actually rook a3 here, because otherwise there's rook b1. I was a bit lucky. Like king c1, there's rook b1. So how do I progress here? Maybe knight d6 with a nasty threat of knight e8. Knight e8 check. Mind you, there's bishop e7, so that wasn't such a clever thing to do. Let's see. How is the rook? Maybe no, I don't really know what's going on now. So I just take that pawn. Otherwise, opponent's going to get another pass pawn on that side. I think I've had enough of the opponent's pass pawns. Okay, now knight. I don't know. Rook a7. Does that threaten rook takes f7 mate? Some lines. Taking time out. I'm keeping this pawn guard. So have I actually got time for rook takes f7 here? Knight e4 check. Maybe. I think rook goes back now. But at least I've created a passed f pawn. So I can get an f6. And that's rook h. f6 seems dangerous. Okay, I'll block that bishop with c5. And try and undermine this pawn centre now. So c3. This knight's pretty nifty, but maybe my rook should really be on a6, ideally. Oh, I've got to be careful about bishop g7s as well. So maybe I can't take this thing yet. Actually, what am I talking about? The opponent, I'll queen the f pawn if bishop g7, bishop a1 if he plays a1. I've just got rook takes a1 here. Unfortunately though, it is looking a bit hairy. Oh dear, I'll just... Oh, 22 seconds. There's knight e4 with the idea of knight g5 if rook f7. So it's just, his opponent going to get this in 10 seconds? Probably. I don't know why he didn't finish me off there. maybe, I don't know. Odd. That wasn't the greatest game anyway. Anyway, please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.